Oh, for a second I thought you did the Sledge Crew, but it's because the VOD went
Oh,
up on.
yeah.
Because I just thought I'm like Sledge Crew. That's not right.
Uh-oh. Hey, I think I'm live. Hey,
Hooray!
no title card this time. We're just going straight in. This is
Yep.
StreamVestor, and oh my god, I'm gonna miss the planet. Right at the start of the stream, we have found a found an Earth-like, so I'm heading over there.
Oh.
But
All right.
but yeah.
I will. I got some skyblock to play, so I'm gonna hop off.
All right,
But I will probably be still in chat. So
sounds good.
cool. Goodbye.
Bye bye. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are continuing our journey back to the bubble. So I have a 2-hour block right now. And yeah, hey, everybody else who's already there. We've got quite a few people on the stream. Hello, everybody. We have an Earth-like. Look at this. Let's see what happens. Well, not let's see what happens, but let's scan it. I've been saving this for you. Slap your city face. Oh no. There's a guy. Every time that comes up on the stream, there's somebody that comes into my house and slaps me. Oh my god. All right. Well, he gets me every time. I don't know where he comes from. I think he hides under my desk or something. But yeah. So now we gotta go. Actually, I don't even know if it's a guy. Maybe it's a girl. I never see this person. Maybe it's a gremlin. I don't know. He's so happy. I'm so happy. I'm happy you're happy, Apple. But yes, so we'll show progress. So I'm actually pretty much at the same place that we were at yesterday. But we found an Earth-like. So yeah, this system has a few things in it. I think this one's actually suitable for water-based life. Okay, it doesn't look like it was discovered, so that's cool. Let's go show you progress real quick. So yeah, here we are. Oh my goodness. Those weren't there yesterday. Oh my god. So literally as I come into the bubble, everything's on fire. Oh my god. So if you don't know, these symbols here means that these space stations they're under attack. Oh, but that's oh my goodness. Okay, that's Culsec Nebula, and then this is Barnard's Loop, and this is the Pleiades. So the Thargoids are in full swing again. Right here, this is the bubble over here. What are all these? What did I put these ones here for? I don't know. But yeah, this is the bubble here. And yeah, oh wow. The Thargoids, I believe the Thargoids are attacking again. Uh-oh. Mirrors under your desk, perhaps. Oh my god. But yeah, so anyhow, this is where we're going. And I'm heading to Ilu. So let's keep on going. Oh, I forgot to show how far we've come. But here, let me line up with the target, and hopefully we can get it in while we do the jump. So when we started the stream, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, or whatever, we were back here. We were here in Beagle Point, which is now 62,000 light years away, and we flew down the spiral arm of the galaxy all the way back to where we are now. We'll make some more progress. Let us keep on going. So I have a 2-hour block, I think I was saying. So from now until 2 hours from now, or I guess 2 hours minus 6 minutes. Oh, this will help. Whoop, don't do that. And we are going to do and then I've also got another hour block right before my New Year's. So if we don't make it all the way there right now, then we'll do it during the next block. But we're gonna supercharge. Ah, don't die. Don't die. Okay, get out, get out, get out. And now we got 242 light year jump. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hopefully we can get in while we do the jump. That sounds so wrong. Hopefully we can get it in while we do the jump. Okay, yeah, that was me when I went to the map. Yes, you are correct. Oh, Apple, you might be upset because normally I stream in the afternoons and evenings, right? Which for Canadians means tea time, right? Once noon hits, then you just drink tea. But before noon, which it's only 11 in the morning for me, you drink coffee. Because we're Canadian, we do both. We don't pick favorites. So this, I'm sorry to say this is coffee. But once we hit noon, I'm going to have to go get the tea. Drink maple syrup. Oh my god, that would be no. I actually do have maple syrup in the cupboard though. But no, I'm not going to be drinking maple syrup. Although the way that I've seen some people pour their maple syrup on their pancakes and waffles and things, they might as well be drinking it. Assert your independence. GPTTA? I don't actually know what that means. You will have to enlighten me. Gotta. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought. Gotta. Sorry, Bernie. I thought for some reason that there was some crazy acronym that I didn't know. Gotta assert your independence. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, so I did post a thing in my my Discord thing too to let everybody know that I was continuing the journey. But stick around, like even after the 2 hours, stick around, and there are a whole bunch of people doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'll probably still be in the chat or maybe talking to some of the people as well. But we got a whole New Year's extravaganza. We call it STREAMVESTER. We're celebrating basically everybody's New Year's the whole way. It started hours ago already. Yeah. One thing I think I'm also going to be doing, so anybody that maybe saw the notification over in my previous Discord, come the new year, I'm going to be probably shutting that Discord down, and I encourage anybody that still wants to watch my streams and watch anybody else's streams on the NidTuber channel to come over to the NidTuber Discord. I'll be making an announcement back there as well, but I won't be doing it like on the 1st, but maybe at the end of January I'll shut it down. But let everybody know. Just putting it out there. Any tea streams? Well, normally all my streams are tea streams. But do you mean like you want me to sit down and like have a cup of tea? Like a table with a nice tablecloth and some doilies and tea and a teapot, and I should just sit there and talk to the camera while sipping tea like the Queen? Is that what you want? Is it Earl Grey? Earl Grey is one of my staples, but I actually have a few different varieties right now in my cupboard. Digitling? I can never pronounce that one. How much does it cost to operate a Discord server? They're free, but it's just managing both, and I'm doing everything on the NidTuber side now, so I might as well just move things there. Is the idea. Alright. Yes. Did you... Yes, that's the one I meant. Darjeeling tea? I don't know. I can never pronounce it. That one. And I definitely have some Earl Grey in the cupboard, and I also have another one. I can't think of it right now. Like there's some green tea in there. I think there's some jasmine tea in there as well. But there's another dark one. I normally like the dark teas myself. No, sorry. I am not a peppermint person. Mint is not my thing. I do not do mint. No mint. No mint. So you don't do mint tea? That's the one exception. He's the only variety of mint that I will that I can accept. But see, he is his own flavor onto himself. So he doesn't classify. He's his own classification. Quick on the draw there, James. I didn't even think of that connection. Good job. If we do manage to actually get back to the bubble in this stream, I'll still do my next hour stream for New Year's, and that comes up in probably like half a day, 12 hours or so from now. But we'll just do something else. We'll get ready to start doing some combat stuff. And if Minty's around, I can go take him out to get killed. I mean, to teach him how to do combat. But we'll see. I don't know if we'll make it in this stream. We might need both. Ammonia World. We'll scan it, but if it's not a Earth Lake, we're not probing. We're only probing Earth Lakes. There it is. An Ammonia World. Happy New Year! Oh, which one did we hit? Asia. We're still over in the Asia period. Happy New Year's! I can't pronounce that. Clathamandu. Yes. Kathmandu. Ah, yes, there we go. You are correct. Man, I know that name. You know, I actually know a bit about that place, but obviously I have not seen the name very often. But everybody knows that mispronunciation is my thing. So it's fine. If I said things properly, then nobody would understand me. Kathmandu. Yes. And Colombo. And Kolkata. Kolkata. I got that one, I think. But that's how you have to pronounce it. Ooh, what's this? A Wasserwild. Hello? Oh, found you. Venice. So many places. So many places around the world. And I did not realize how many time zones there really are. There are a ton of time zones. And time zones are a pain in the butt. I thought time zones were a pain in the butt before, but boy oh boy. Now I realize how bad time zones really are. They are a pain in the butt, in the buttocks, in the derriere, in the backside, in the posterior.
Fuel scripting. Fuel scooping complete.
One would think there are 24. Apparently there are more. Yes, there are more. And their divisions are real strange. And a lot of the divisions are very political in nature or economically based on proximity to things. And they're not just done by the hour. You know, some are done by the half hour, and you know, some are done by the quarter hour, and some have special rules. Yes, there's all kinds of variants. I know way more about time zones than I ever wanted to know now. And no, they are not straight. No, they are not straight. Nope.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
I mean, at the bare minimum, I would understand them maneuvering around country boundaries, right? Just because it would be weird if half your country was in one time zone and half was in another. Although some countries are so big you have to do that, like Canada. But if you had a smaller country and you had a timeline that like went straight through the middle of it, I mean, it would make sense there. But that's not what really happens. It's highly political and economic based as to where those lines go and who like primary trading partners are, because that's a huge deal. That's actually one of the reasons why Canada changed their time zone, like their daylight. Oh my God, don't get me started on daylights. And daylight savings. That makes it even worse. But Canada aligned all of its daylight savings stuff with when the U.S. changed it all, right? Because the U.S. and Canada are obviously very major trading partners, and the time zone offset like that would have made things more complicated and more difficult for trade.
Fuel scooping.
Did you know Russia has the most time zones? Yes, I did. I mean, it's also the largest country in the world too, and it is the largest country that goes like, and it's you know its its length is east to west, right? So that makes sense, right? It crosses a ton of time zones that way. Just being the biggest country doesn't mean it would have the most time zones, because if it was like, say, all of the Americas, right, all the way up and down, well, that wouldn't cross that many. But because it's wide, yeah, it's nuts. It's a very big country.
Frameshift drive charging.
Even after the split, it's still the largest. So it's a very big country. Although Canada's number 2. We're the first loser.
3, 2, 1.
I think that's still correct. I don't know. I think so. Yeah, see, here's a perfect example. We just did a New Year's thing, right? And it looks like the next one was a 15 minutes away. Uh-oh. Sorry. I need a quick access button to mute my mic, which I don't have. I do have actually a button to mute my mic on my Stream Deck, but I always forget about that thing, and I don't press it in time. I need one on my HOTAS, which is totally doable. I just have to remember to do it. But yeah, our next one looks like it's, what, 8.5 minutes from now, basically.
Frameshift drive charging.
Russia, Canada, USA, and China, top 4. Yep. Totally makes sense. Bigums. Bigum countryums.
4, 3, 2, 1.
But that's just area, right? I imagine largest population is probably, what, China? China, then, I'm going to guess. China, then, like, population-wise, it'll be China, then...
System scan
Then Russia, then US, then Canada? Because Canada is very low in population. Like, out of those 4, anyway. I don't know. You must be bigger in length than wide. Yeah. Yeah, Canada goes all the way up to the North Pole, right? And it's got, like... So there's a lot of unpopulated land mass in Canada, but all the territories and all of those islands north, all the way up to the North Pole, like Baffin and all that stuff. But yeah, that's where we get the extra land mass.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, the USA is more of a rectangle, and Canada is probably more of a square, because our height and our width are probably more aligned. Or maybe it's a rectangle that is just the opposite. I don't know. Well, it's more of a triangle, I guess. By population, it's... Yeah, sorry, I just meant out of those 4. But yeah, no, Canada will not be in the top 4 population, like, at all. I just meant out of the 4 that you said for like, even though they have way more land mass, they definitely don't have more population than the others in that same list. But yeah, population-wise, yeah, China, then India, then USA, then Indonesia. Okay, so USA would definitely have more population than Russia then.
Disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Ah, I got an itchy eyeball. Okay, we're 116 jumps. It'll be cool once we're down to the single or 2-digit numbers. We're almost at 2-digit jumps. 2-digit jumps. But yeah, I don't know. I think we might be real close. I don't know if we'll actually make it by the end of the stream. We'll see. Switzerland has been considered the #1 best country for the 4th year running. Switzerland.
Fuel scooping.
I have actually visited Switzerland. For not for too long, but I've been there before. Long time ago, when I was in my adolescence. So I lived in Germany for quite a long time, and we took trips. So I went to Switzerland and Italy and France and Britain, or the United Kingdom.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, I've been there. A very beautiful country. I live close to the Rocky Mountains in Canada too, so Canada's a very beautiful country too. There's lots of really cool stuff to see here. Like, nature-wise, I guess. Alberta. I've lived in both British Columbia and Alberta, but I live in Alberta
Fuel scooping.
at the moment. I lived in Vancouver for a couple of years. But now I'm in Canada's Texas. What do we got here? Waterworld.
Frameshift drive charging.
But I've visited every province in Canada except for Newfoundland, but I haven't visited the territories either yet. Oh, any 3 of them. So I still have to go visit the north.
2, 1, engage.
Do you get perks for scanning the planets? Yes. So the whole point, so like if I wasn't in such a rush, I would be doing more. So what I'm doing right now is, so when I first pop into the system, you'll see on the bottom right there, I charge the discovery scanner, which is what you hear that everybody in the game they call it honking the system. So I come in and then I do the honk, and then that basically gives me the preliminary information on the system. So you'll see that there are 11 bodies in the top right there, right? So then next, you get away from the star a little bit, and then you have to slow right down, and you bring up what's called the FSS scanner. And here you can scan the system for all the different types of things. And down here on the bottom, on the right-hand side, you'll see kind of what's there. So there's 2 different types of signal sources that you can find. And these will be, when you're out exploring, this is what I was kind of looking for most of the time was like anomalies, strange things in space. So they'll pop up over here. And then you'll get into like the asteroid belts, high metal content, you know, rocky bodies, icy bodies. But then over here is more the interesting stuff. So there's Earth-likes, ammonia worlds, and then water worlds, and then a bunch of gas giants and stuff on those. So normally what I'm looking for is in this range here or in the range over here for anomalies. But yeah, if you scan you use this telescope basically to go through, and you can scan, if you scan all of the planets and asteroid belts and like everything in the system, you'll get basically everything converts into credits, right? So into money when you turn all of this information in. So you're collecting all this data. And if you scan the entire system, you'll get a bonus for scanning the whole system. You get a certain amount of credits for all the different planets you scan. Different planets are worth different values. Like obviously Earth-likes are worth a lot, whereas like icy bodies, not so much. Stuff that would be useful to humanity, right? So water worlds and Earth-likes and ammonia worlds are pretty valuable. Ammonia worlds not so much on the value scale, but there's a lot more interest in ammonia worlds these days because there's a possible connection between the Thargoids and ammonia worlds. And then obviously anomalies. So like finding weird stellar kind of phenomena that's out there. And then if you actually go out to the planet, so we got maybe another ammonia world. If you actually go out to the planet, which is what we did right at the beginning of the stream, I found an Earth-like, right? So right now I'm going to go and I'm actually going to use the telescope, right, which will discover that this planet exists, and you'll see that a whole bunch of information about the planet has been discovered on the right-hand side there, right? If I was to fly out and scan it, I would get even more. Because when you scan it, you'll get surface details about the planet, and all of that information. Then when you get back you have to get back to an actual station somewhere. Most of that obviously is in the human inhabited bubble. There's not much out in the deep space. But you get back to a station and you go to the Universal Cartographics, and you turn in all of your data, and they pay you for it all, and then it expands human knowledge of the galaxy. So I hope that helps. So it all turns into, like rewards-wise, it all turns into money. And the other thing it does is it actually increases your rank in the appropriate thing. So there's what they call the 3 pillars of Elite Dangerous, which is trade, combat, and exploration. And those are signified by your rank in each of those things, which is over here on the right-hand side. You'll see that I currently am an expert in combat, I am elite in trade, and I am a pioneer in exploration, 92%. And once I turn in all of this data, it'll slowly increase your rank. And right after pioneer is elite. So I will be double elite, hopefully, when I get back to the bubble. And then I just have to work on my combat. Poke HNY. Poke HNY? Oh! Happy New Year's! Hey! Happy New Year's!
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
We've hit another New Year's event. Happy New Year's!
Frameshift drive.
How are we doing? 110 jumps to go. And we're what, half an hour into the stream. 110 jumps. I don't know what we started at. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to need that last hour. We'll see. Do you require any fuel yet? Actually, yeah. So I use fuel every jump, but I have equipped on my spaceship what is called a fuel scoop. And the fuel scoop, so you see when I do this, when I go around the star, I actually collect hydrogen off of the star and I convert it into fuel. So right now I'm scooping off the star and I'm filling up my fuel tank. That's why I'm doing this around the stars all the time. And then I filled up my tank, and then I pull away from the star. Then I align with my next, the next system I want to jump to. But first, we check to make sure that there's nothing that we want to scan in the system, and then we activate our frame shift drive to jump to the next system. So you can see in the bottom right there, it'll show you my fuel gauge. The blue line is well, so I guess there's the blue and the yellow bit, or the kind of like highlighted bit. The highlighted bit was how much fuel it's going to take you to make the jump that you're going to do. And the blue line obviously is how much fuel you actually have. So right now you'll see that there's a darker blue area. We've used that fuel. So our tank is getting smaller and smaller. Or not smaller. The tank is staying the same size, but the amount of fuel in the tank is dropping. So now you'll watch, if you watch that area, as I fill up, you'll see it refill. Or yeah, you can't really see it, I guess, because it's kind of off the screen right now, but because I'm turning. But now if you look over there, you'll see that it's actually full up again, and now it's showing us how much fuel we're going to use in the next jump. So fuel scoop is a must-have if you want to go exploring. Because the other way that you can fill up is you can go to stations, and then they'll refuel you. But there's no stations out in the black. There are a few places scattered in the galaxy that you can go to, but once you leave the bubble, you're normally pretty much on your own.
Fuel scooping.
I guess it shows you the fuel indicator up in the center of the screen as well, not just on the bottom right. While you're scooping, it shows it to you there. It also shows you your heat level, because if you stay too close to a star for too long, you will start to overheat and start taking damage, and if you overheat for too long, you will explode. All dramatic like. Do you prefer manual docking over docking computer? Personally, I don't. I hardly ever use the docking computer. Because the docking computer didn't actually show up. No, that's not true. The docking computer was in the game when I started playing. But I wanted to learn how to dock on my own, and so I started to learn how to dock on my own. And now I'm actually, well, I've been out in the, I've been out in the black for so long. Who knows if I'm still a good pilot? Well, I guess we'll find out. But I'm pretty, like, I can land pretty good on my own. And the docking computer takes quite a bit of time. So it's actually more efficient for me to dock on my own manually than it is to use the docking computer. All right, so we have super cruise, or we have super, what do they call it? We have charged off of a neutron star, and we will do a 242 light year jump now. Boom. I have used the docking computer a couple times, and sometimes I do use the docking computer when I am doing, like if I'm just doing purely trading runs, where it's just go here, load your cargo up, go there, deposit it all, go here, load your cargo up. You know, like if you're just doing a bunch of cargo runs or passenger runs, where you're just literally going from station to station, picking up cargo or passengers and dropping off cargo or passengers. In those cases, I will actually use a docking computer sometimes, just because then I hands off, right? So I can just let it do its thing while I watch Netflix or YouTube or something. Or Twitch. Watch Spider-Man play Cyberpunk while my ship docks itself. There is a new feature in the game that I have never even tried yet, and I don't actually even know how it works. And it's not that new. It's just that I've been out in the black for so long. And I think it's already on my ship. I think it get added to everybody automatically or whatever. But I've never tried it. It's at because now there's, like, speaking of docking computers, there's the flight assist thing or whatever it's called, where you can actually point at a planet and then it'll like manage your speed, I guess, right? So that you don't overfly. Never used that yet. And there's also an orbiting feature, right? I think there's a way that you can actually like put your ship in orbit around a body. I haven't tried that yet either. And I want to figure out how to use them. But the orbiting one seems quite useful from a from an explorer's point of view as well, where you can kind of put yourself in orbit, like in a beautiful orbit around, let's say, an Earth lake or something, right? And then you can pop out into the external camera and start taking some nice screenshots, things of that nature. My understanding of the Super Cruise Assist, or whatever they call it, is that it keeps you, though, in that perfect area of your speed for the entire trip, which is not normally how I do it. Normally what I do is I fly full speed at the thing, and then I slow down to that perfect speed once you get to when it shows you 7 seconds away, right? And then that way you can get to your destinations a lot quicker. Not a whole lot going on here at the moment. Fuel star, yeah. Wow, we're well into this sector now, because that last stream we were out here in the last stream, right? We got to this. This was gorgeous. I took a bunch of screenshots back there. You can go back and check out yesterday's stream if you want to see it, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It was 2 different Lagrange clouds. I think there was a yellow cloudy structure and then a red cloudy structure, and there was giant lightning storms going on in them. Oh, and the space trees. We had space trees there too. It was so gorgeous. That's if you're looking to go, I would say, like, if you're looking for your first kind of like serious exploration trip where you want to go further than, say, the Pleiades or like Horsehead or Culsac and stuff, like the stuff that's right around the bubble, right? Those are really simple, easy trips to do. But if you want like the first kind of like, let's go out a little bit further, let's go see something cool, that takes a little bit more time to get there, I would highly recommend this system right here, because it is beautiful. Those 2 clouds. So it's 4,000 light years from me right now, and then it would be, we are what? Oh, I missed that. I know, so it's probably like 10,000, like 10,000 light years out. I'll check again, but yeah. So I mean, it's a decent trip, right? It's a decent trip, and it also depends, I guess, on how good your jump drive is. Will determine how long it takes to get there, but. But there's a lot of stuff that you can be exploring the whole way out there and the whole way back, right? But yeah, you want to go see something pretty. It's pretty. And it's also in a nebula. These clouds are actually in a really gorgeous blue nebula. So it's like, woo. There's all kinds of good reasons to go there. Whoops. I was put onto it by somebody in chat. I can't remember who it was that recommended it to me, but about maybe 3 or 4 streams ago, back, or even more than that, probably like 5 or 6 streams ago, back when we were still on the other side of the galaxy, somebody told me about it, so I bookmarked it, and boy, oh boy, was it worth going to. It was really cool.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Let's not get too close to that star. That's how you get hull damage. So I've got 4% hull damage. I'm only at 96%. Although I was what was it? Way back, I think maybe halfway back. I was about halfway home and I was in the external camera and I ran straight into one of the space trees. And we dropped down to like, I don't know, 67 percent of hull. Luckily, I outfitted my ship well, and I have a limpet controller that is configured for hull repair, so I was able to fix myself.
Fuel scooping.
And then every time you go in a neutron star too, you are taking damage on internal components, most notably your frameshift drive, which can be also repaired with your auto field maintenance unit, which I also have on board.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, if you go to your modules, you'll see, yeah, so here's my auto field maintenance unit, which is, this one I can't repair because it's the thing that repairs other things. If you had 2 of these in your ship, you could actually have one repair the other, which is not a bad idea if you have a lot of internal slots. So like on bigger ships like Anacondas and stuff, I've seen a lot of explorers do that, where they actually bring out 2 AFMUs, and that way they can actually have one AFMU fix the other AFMU. I think the only thing you can't actually repair, unless you're at a station, if you don't have the right set, like even with the perfect setup, you still can't repair your power plant, because obviously without power, your AFMU and nothing works. So that's the one real clincher. If your power plant starts to take damage, you've got to get yourself to a station if you want to repair it.
Frameshift drive.
And mine has taken some damage. Where is it here? 97%. I got a Guardian one too. Did the work. Go out to the Guardian sites. I've got a Guardian power plant and a Guardian frameshift drive booster, and a fully engineered frameshift drive. I believe the engineers are also, they require a lot less materials and components right now, up until I think it was what, the 6th or the 7th? It's in Galnet. Oh, speaking of Galnet, I wonder if there's any new articles since yesterday. I can take a peek.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, we got nothing going on here, but let's go into Galnet news. And last thing we saw was your power play update. Okay, so that was on December 31st. That came up. Oh, so yeah, this stuff was yesterday. What is? No. So that we read. Thargoid attack Culset Nebula. We read this, but we read it yesterday. Oh, right, because Great Britain. We used UTC, so that would have been, even though it was my 30th, it was it was the 31st. Oh, but this is new. So this Lake on Spaceways. Or maybe this is new. Thargoid's attack, Culsec, and Witchhead Nebula. Let's listen to this.
Thargoid's attack Culsec and Witchhead Nebulas. Pilots Federation alert. Large numbers of Thargoid vessels are swarming through multiple inhabited systems, leading to urgent calls for assistance. In what appears to be a coordinate...
Yeah, this is new. This happened since we logged off yesterday.
strike, Thargoid scouts and interceptors have appeared throughout the Culsec and Witchhead Nebulas. Local security ships have engaged them in combat, but report being overwhelmed. The Alliance has a considerable presence in these regions, with 4 starports recently constructed in the Culsec Nebula. But the Alliance Defense Force announcement. This is a resurgence of Thargoid activity on a scale that we have not witnessed for a long time. Unfortunately, drastic reductions in funding and resources mean that Aegis is unable to provide adequate defensive measures. We urgently request support from independent pilots and anti-Xeno squadrons. It is critical that we prevent the Thargoids from dominating these nebulas and wiping out many thousands of people.
3, 2, 1.
All right, yeah. So the Thargoids have returned in full force in both the Coalsack Nebula and the Pleiades, or Horsehead, I guess, which is what we saw when we were looking on the map when I first started playing, about what 40-50 minutes ago, and I saw all of the icons on the galaxy map for a whole bunch of stations that have been attacked and are on fire.
Complete.
So I might have to get involved. My next big challenge, I guess, in this game is to get to elite in combat. And why not?
Frameshift drive charging.
Why not help humanity in the process? I guess. I guess that also depends on your opinion of the Thargoids. But they're attacking us, even though we might have started it. We might have shot. We might have been Han Solo.
3, 2,
And I have a. But I think at this point, this war between humanity and the Thargoids is also starting to border on the like a feud war, because the original, like the battles that are happening now with Elite Dangerous and in the 3300s
fuel skipping.
is kind of like the second round. The first round was in the history of the lore of the game. And I think in one of the earlier games too, like Elite or Elite Encounters, one of those, like the earlier games, was during the first Thargoid War. And there's lots of rumors and lore and conspiracy theories around what all happened there. And maybe it was humanity that started the whole thing. It might have been an accident, might not have been, might have been provoked. But at this point, both sides probably feel justified. And it'll never end unless we start talking to each other.
Fuel skipping. Fuel skipping complete.
Oh yeah, look, do you see that star cluster that's off to the left of my ship? Try and put it kind of better in view there. This star cluster right here. I've been into that star cluster before. I recognize it. Getting close to home.
Frameshift drive
It's funny. Once you start exploring enough and you start to see things and you start to recognize them, that's kind of cool.
3, 2, 1. System scan complete. Fuel skipping. Fuel skipping complete.
Nothing.
Frameshift drive charging.
91 jumps. We're below 100 jumps. We're below 100 jumps. Tassadar. Zombie Tassadar? Zombie Tassadar. Hello, welcome. Mahula sent you. Hey, Mahula's friend. Zombie Tassadar. Very nice. Welcome. We are on our way home zombie from Beagle Point. Beagle Point is on the other side of the Milky Way galaxy. Recommended Phantom. Oh, sorry, I saw the second line, not the first. Let me not die in this star, and then I'll read the whole thing.
Disengaged. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, I didn't even scan. Was debating DBX versus Phantom. Recommended Phantom. Less time scooping in Phantom. That's my argument for it. Yeah, well, I'm actually in a Phantom right now. I also love the DBX as well. I think that the Diamondback Explorer is a gorgeous ship. I think it's one of the most unique looking ships in the entire game. I love it. But yeah, the Phantom I think has more utility, sadly. Because I do like my DBX. I do like it. But the Phantom, so yeah, the Crate Phantom is a really nice exploration ship. This is the ship that I took all the way to Beagle Point and back. I'm approaching 130,000 light years traveled outside the bubble in this ship. Because it's about 65,000 light years to Beagle Point, and then 65,000 light years back. Well, actually, I probably traveled more than that, because it's 65,000 light years to Beagle Point if you go straight there across the galaxy, right through the center, which is how I got there. But then I came back. Here, I'll show you. I came back around the arm of the galaxy, so it was probably a lot further. So when I left, here's the bubble. When I left the bubble, I went straight across through Sagittarius A star, all the way across over to here to Beagle Point. And then on the way home, which has been the last several streams, we've been like, I don't know, 10 streams or so. We've been traveling down the arm of the galaxy here, all the way around. And now we are right here. And we're almost back at the bubble.
Frameshift drive charging.
3,800 hours in Elite Dangerous. I haven't been that far out. Maybe 12 to 13K. Yeah, no, I've got a lot of hours in this game too. But I don't think I have that many hours in this game. That's a lot of time. Holy. $12 to 13K out. 12 to 13K out. That's actually said 500 hours sitting in station watching streams. Yeah. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of time for that, depending on what you're doing in this game, right?
Fuel scooping complete.
But yeah, no, I've gone as far as you can go, which is cool. I don't know, actually, I don't know if Beagle Point is still the furthest that you can go now that we've got fleet carriers and they have, what, 500 light year jump range.
Frameshift drive
If anybody can go further than Beagle Point now, I don't know. But I don't have a fleet carrier. Beagle Point was the farthest point without engineering. There is farther now. Really? I thought it was the farthest spot even with engineering. But you can go further than that with engineering? Because when I went to Beagle Point, like I was part of the Distant Worlds 2. I thought it was still the farthest point out during Distant Worlds 2. But maybe I was wrong.
fuel scooping complete.
Sounds like I was. Yeah, because this ship has a pretty decent jump range. Unladen, I think I've got, what, 64 light
Drive charging.
year jump range? Where's the thing I go to? Ship. Yeah, 64. My current range is about 60, just under 61 when I've got a full tank of gas.
4, 3, 2.
Okay, wants ice for her sharpener. AFK 10 minutes, going to go shop K. Nice. For her schnapps. She wants ice. Your girlfriend wants ice for her schnapps. That seems like a valid endeavor.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frame shift drive charging.
Down to 86 jumps. Does it tell me the distance too over here? It says jumps, next waypoint, destination elo. That'd be a good one, right? Well, I wish it would show you like how many, like what's the to the waypoint, like what is the light year distance to the waypoint that you have set.
Fuel scooping.
I think you can only get that information if you go into the galaxy map.
Fuel scooping complete. Frame shift drive charging.
If I go into the galaxy map, because we're about what, 5,000, just under 6,000 light years.
4, 3, 2. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
I was gonna go see, is there anything, there was one last thing in Galnet, but I think it was just a power play update. Yeah, power play hourly update. So this just gives you the current. Oh, looks like that's kind of cool. They actually get rid of, so it's only the most recent one. They get rid of all of the previous ones and they just change it every day, I guess.
Frame shift drive charging.
Or it says hourly update. So I guess it's updated every hour. Oh, Happy New Year! It is Happy New Year's in a whole bunch of places that I can't pronounce. Happy New Year! Happy New Year in all of the places that I can't pronounce on the other side of the world. We're slowly moving across the Asian continent.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging.
The next one's in half an hour again. So many time zones. I think we've had, what, 1, 2, 3? I think we've had 3 Happy New Years so far in the last hour. And there'll be another one in another half hour, and there'll probably another one in a half hour of that. So during my 2-hour stream, we're probably going to have 5 Happy New Years. Unless there might even be more than that if there's some 15-minute ones in there as well.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
I've still got 12 hours to go. It's only noon. It's only noon for me.
Frame shift drive charging.
So we're halfway through this portion of the stream. We're down to 82 jumps. And we started off with how many? What? 100 and we were under 150. but I can't remember exactly how many jumps we had to go when we first started.
System scan complete. Fuel scoping.
Only one body. I'm thinking there's going to be nothing here except for this star.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Man,
3, 2,
we've been doing a lot of jumping. A lot of jumping. I'm quite looking forward to getting back to the bubble. I've been out in the black for like a year or more. It's been a long time.
fuel scooping.
Obviously, I haven't been playing that entire time, but been out in the black for a long time.
Frameshift drive charging.
Gallant News Engineers. Yeah, we're gonna have to check up on the engineers. Galactic Powers. I'm curious about power play. I don't know. Like, I've never done anything in power play, and I know that there are some modules and things, some special modules that you can get, right, if you back certain powers and do certain things. So I might have to do some research on power play. I don't know if anybody in the chat has ever done power play. I've heard very mixed reviews on power play, so, and I've never really been focused on combat stuff, so
Fuel scoping.
maybe now is the time to look into it. But there are
Fuel scooping complete.
Thargoids that are attacking all kinds of stations, so we might just have to go do that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Because who cares about the politics of humans when aliens are laying waste to our home?
4, 3, 2, 1.
I am interested to see where that story goes, because I know, like, I've read Drew Wager's books, right, which are really good. So if you guys haven't, if you like the Elite Dangerous lore and the Elite Dangerous universe, and you want to actually read some stuff in the Elite Dangerous universe, I recommend Drew Wager's. He's got 2 books, Elite Reclamation and Elite Reclamation, and it's another R word like Rebellion, but it's not Rebellion. Can't remember the name right now, but they were good books. I enjoyed them. And then there's another book by Kate. Man, I can't remember her name. I can't remember her last name, but her Twitch channel was Kate Click. But she wrote a book as well in the Elite Dangerous universe, and there's a few others out there. There's actually quite a few out there, but those are the ones that I've read and enjoyed. So there's that. But because of that, and then also Drew Wager has done a bunch of Elite Lore Twitch streams that I've watched, and I've read a lot of the lore of this game online, and I have the Elite Dangerous role-playing game, and so there's actually 2 Elite Dangerous role-playing games. There's EDRPG, the Elite Dangerous role-playing game made by Spidermind Games, which is the one that I've played and can recommend and have a lot of fun with. And I also have a copy of Elite Encounters, which is made by, can't remember his name either right now, but another British fellow. And in that one, so I've never actually played that game, but in that one, there's a huge lore section right at the beginning of it, which has tons of excellent information. So I can recommend. I can personally recommend it for the lore section. I have yet to actually try out the system, so I can't actually say anything on the system itself. But I do want to try it. I do want to take a look at it and try it out. But anyhow, because of all that, I know quite a bit about the lore of this game and the universe. And there's a lot of interesting things that may or may not have happened with the Thargoids and humanity. And so, like, I actually do want to kind of follow the Galnet stuff that's going on with the Thargoids and the incursions and anything that Frontier is releasing about this now in game as canon, because I'm actually curious if, you know, like, what are the rumors about what of the history and the past and the different things that have happened in the games, and what's the real truth? What's the real truth? What really happened? Or is humanity the bad guy? Because I feel like humanity might be the bad guy. So stream cord is late. It's just pinged your live with ED. Oh my goodness. That's like an hour late. Wow. Oh wow, yeah, you're right. That's crazy. Maybe the service is like super overloaded because it's New Year's and everybody's streaming. Yeah, but everybody in everybody that did should know that today is just a full day of streaming for us Nidites. How was your Nidmas? Get any cool things? My Nidmas was fun. Well, I mean, we are in lockdown, so my normal Nidmas would involve seeing family and all that, but none of that happened this year. But I spent a bunch of time with awesome Nidites online, which was tons of fun, and then just took it easy and played games. I'm playing Cyberpunk in my own time, playing Elite Dangerous, obviously, and also been getting into writing quite a bit these days. So spent a bunch of time doing that. But any cool things? What? Well, so my Nidmas gift to myself actually was this, which you can't see because it's a green screen. It's a really cool green screen. It's one that you can actually like. It tucks away into a little container and it rolls out, just stands up. So I got myself that green screen for myself for Christmas, which is pretty cool. I think Spidey's got the same thing. I think he's getting one for himself as well. Don't wear anything green on that then. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm okay. One of the funny things that happened to me back when I used to stream a lot in the past is I have a different mug, and I normally stream with it because I have a green mug that I normally stream with, which looks hilarious because when I take sips from the mug, it looks like I'm holding nothing and I'm drinking from nothing. Just a floaty nothing glass. Oh, drunk, you got it. So you did. Still waiting for it. It's shipped, got delayed for no good reason. Well, I imagine the no good reason is the good reason of everybody is ordering things right now and everybody is trying to ship things right now. And the pandemic. But none of those are good reasons, right? They have reasons. They just don't have good reasons. And I agree, Spidey, you don't have enough icons on your name. We need to find a way to get you at least 3 more.
Frameshift drive charging.
Need more icons. Fuel scooping complete.
Frameshift drive charging.
71 jumps. 71 jumps. I still can't believe that we're down to 71 jumps.
4, 3,
I kind of wish I was keeping track, like each stream, how many jumps we did. I would be curious what the total count of, like how many jumps did it take to get from Beagle Point down the spiral arm all the way back to the bubble.
fuel scooping.
It's thousands, I know that much. Ask Mir, he has
Scooping complete.
server OCD or something, or severe OCD or something. So you're saying he might know? You're saying he might already know?
Frameshift drive charging.
And I don't actually know the distance either. Although, actually, I do have that. I wonder if this is going to be a bad idea. I have an app called ED Discovery that I haven't opened in a long time. So I'm going to open it right now in the middle of a live stream. And we're going to see if that, breaks everything. But I should be using it because it actually keeps track of everything, right? Like all your jumps. It goes through the Elite Dangerous log file. So I think it should still go back and grab everything for that we've done.
Fuel scooping complete.
And kind of like, so it'll have all the stats of all the things. So I probably could figure out the information I want to know from that. But the other thing that it does, which is really cool, so we need to scan, is it will actually upload all that data to, there's a site that keeps track of all this stuff for everybody that you can link to. EDSM, I think, is the name of the site. I need to see the lines, so I'm going to zoom in on whatever this is. I need to see an orbit line. Okay, let's go back to the water world. Where are you, Mr. Waterworld? Are you going to be another one of those really annoying planets that are hiding away behind something else, and for whatever reason you don't actually... Yeah, see, I don't understand why sometimes they do that. I think it's only when they are like this many layers deep. Oh my god, 4 layers deep. So yeah, we found a water world.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, so yeah, the app came up, which is cool. It didn't die, but there is a new version.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it will track everything that you do, all of the places you go,
Fuel scooping.
and then you can upload it to ED Discovery, or sorry, not ED Discovery, but EDSM, which is really cool because then you can actually go to the website and it'll actually show you, like on a galaxy map and everything, you can see all the routes that you've done, like see all the places in the galaxy that you visited, which is kind of cool. So I want to make sure that I upload all this stuff to there, and then I want to get a shot of the galaxy of my travels. And I'll post that in the NID Discord when I get it all sorted.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So I know Minty's using ED Discovery as well. There's a bunch. Actually, there's another tool that I use quite a bit. If you're into engineering, it's called ED Engineer, and it tracks all of the stuff that you actually have. But then you can also set up, like, it'll show you all the recipes for all of the different engineering jobs and stuff, and all of the stuff that you need. And you can actually create like shopping lists and stuff in it, so that you can keep track of what you have, what you need, you know, what you're missing, and then as you collect stuff, it updates it. And actually, if you like while you're playing, it will even like notify you that you have everything you need for a particular engineering thing that you need. Greetings. How goes the space ventures? We are making progress. I'll give you a quick update once we get to the next system, but we have less than 100 jumps to go to get to the bubble. There's about 40-ish minutes left in this particular Elite Dangerous run. Then we're popping over to something else during StreamVester, sorry. I was going to say Nidvester. It's Nidmus and StreamVester. But yeah, and then I have another block. The last hour right before my New Year's, I have another block of Elite Dangerous where we'll probably finish the journey off. But we're making progress. We have 66 jumps left to go. And we are currently right here. We're about to cross over from the outer Orion spur area of the galaxy into this area of the galaxy, which actually has home sweet home. Home sweet home. Oh, I forgot to actually, let's see if I can do it. How much distance? Less than 5,000 light years now. We're at 4,700 light years to go. Or EDDN is what it uploads it to. But I believe the website that you can visualize all the data is EDSN. But EDDN, I think, is the background service. Everybody's favorite place. Everybody is from there. That's right. Exactly. But yeah, been to quite a few places in the galaxy now. And I should actually, what I'm actually really looking forward to too is when we get back to the bubble and we get to a space station, I'm gonna have to go into the livery section, whatever, the area that you go into to customize your ship, the look and feel. I should have a like a Distant Worlds 2 Beagle Point decal that I can put on my ships now, because I made it all the way to Beagle Point during the Distant Worlds 2 timeline. I made it right at the end, like barely. I squeaked in, so hopefully I have it. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. Was that an event? Yeah. So there's been 2 Distant Worlds. So it was a player-driven event. Distant Worlds 1 was the first one, which was done way back now. But it was the first trip, and it was like thousands of commanders signed up, players signed up, and flew, as a in groups and pockets or whatever. But as a main event, all the way across the galaxy to Beagle Point. I missed that one because I was doing other things, but I made it for Distant Worlds 2 and joined the player-driven event to fly all the way across the galaxy to Beagle Point for the second event. Now, I was trailing behind most of the time, so I didn't actually, because there was a whole bunch of, waypoints, set and meet-up locations for people to all, go to the same planet, go to the same place at the same time. and then like Discord type parties and stuff as they went all the way across. I was trailing behind the entire time, and I didn't make any of those events, but I managed to squeak in to Beagle Point and land on. There was a specific planet you needed to land on, and I got there, and I landed there before the official end of the event. So I did it. And you had to sign up ahead of time. So I signed up, and then I did the trip, and I made it to the end. And I think I had to fill out a form too, or whatever. I had to submit a thing like a Google form or something to the player group. But yeah, it was an event, and actually there's talk. There's talk by the event organizers to do a Distant Worlds 3 soon after Odyssey drops. So if you're interested in doing a flight all the way out to the other side of the galaxy, each time they do it, they do like a different route. They go to different places, but I think so far the goal for both was to get to Beagle Point. I don't know if that'll change for Distant Worlds 3. Maybe if, like you said, if there's you can go past that now. Maybe they'll set a further goal. I'm not sure, but yeah. So there's rumors that another Distant Worlds, so Distant Worlds 3 might be coming up next year after Odyssey drops, and the group looks at everything new that's come in Odyssey, and they'll determine whether or not they think it makes sense to do another Distant Worlds. Like, there's enough new stuff in the game that the journey will be fresh and new for people that have already done it, as well as for new commanders, obviously, that have never done it before.
Fuel scooping.
So that's there's discussions of that.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive.
And Frontier Developments actually has been helping out here and there in the Distant Worlds events, and contributing, right, in the sense that the in-game decal and all of that kind of stuff that you get, right, is because Frontier decided that, hey, this is a really cool player event. We're going to do something in game to reward the commanders that take part. So I really hope I have one. I hope I did everything right, and I actually have the decal waiting for me when I get back. If not, I do have screenshots with timestamps and everything on them, so I imagine if I could probably get it sorted, but if not, all right, let's do this.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
I love it. 243 light year jump. Loves it. Actually, let's just double check real quick. Oh, that's not the button I wanted. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I can't do that. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Da, da, da.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
59 jumps.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'll see. Actually, what I'll see if I could do is for the next stream, the one that happens in what, 11, 10 and a half hours. I will see if I can get a screen, get all of the data up to EDSN and get the whole route that we've done and get a screenshot and everything, and I'll show it during the next stream.
Frameshift drive charging.
It will be cool when you can physically walk around when the new DLC drops. I totally agree. Was Odyssey, right? When Odyssey drops and we get some elite feet. I know most people call it space legs, but I'm partial to elite feet. I think I heard elite feet for the first time. It was Lave Radio. Lave Radio does a podcast / Twitch news thing in the Elite Dangerous universe, which is fun to listen to. And I think they coined elite feet way back in the day when people were just talking about, hey, are we ever going to be able to get out of our spaceships, right? Going back to like the beginnings of the game. They've always called it elite feet, and I hooked onto that. I like that. Elite feet.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, getting around, walking around. I've seen they've had three dev diaries so far. I've watched those. They're pretty cool. I've watched Obsidian Ant's analysis of those videos as well, which are a good watch. But yeah, so yeah, walking around, looks like there'll be, you know, some pretty, based on the trailers, looks like the combat should be decent, you know. But they're also adding like handheld exploration devices as well, so you'll be able to get out of your spaceship during exploration and get out of your SRV and get down onto the ground and do some more science.
Fuel scooping.
Science for science. But the other thing that looks, the one thing that I'm actually kind of like really looking forward to, and one of the reasons that I want to try and get better at combat between now and the time, like between the time I get home and the time that Odyssey drops, is they're going to now support what they call combined arms combat, right? Which allows spaceships, SRVs, and elite feet to walk around or to work together in combat, right? Like all three will be, they'll work together, right? Saw the trailer on the Game Awards show. Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked the trailer. I thought it looked good. But there's not enough details yet. We need more details. But I totally understand holding back, both for
System scan complete.
just for, you know, revealing stuff over time, which is just good marketing. And then also for, you don't want to ever promise more than you can if you can avoid it, right? So keeping the details light also avoid some of that. But yeah, no, the one thing, so when they first introduced SRVs, right, one of the restrictions that came in play with that, so this is back at the beginning of Horizons, right? The first drop of Horizons, where they introduced planetary landings for planets that have no atmosphere, and introduced SRVs and, you know, drive around on the planets, right? But you can't, like, SRVs and your spaceship, right? You can't do both at the same time, which was totally fine at the time, right? Because you were only one pilot, right? But in when they dropped, was it the Beyond updates where they added multi-crew? I can't remember if that was part of the Beyond updates or if that was part of the final what's it called, Horizons update. But either way, when they added multi-crew, the one thing that I was really hoping for was the ability to have somebody in your spaceship. Oh darn it, I didn't get charged. I have to go back. Have somebody in the spaceship flying, and somebody in the SRV that you had in the hull of your ship, and you could, like, multi-crew, have somebody in the SRV, somebody in the spaceship, right? And you could do like group things that way. But that was a limitation still that was not to be overcome then. But it sounds like we might be able to do stuff like that now, right? Where you have SRV and spaceship interaction, as well as people on the ground, right? So all three. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And the one thing that I really want to try when all of that's available is like a combined assault on a base, right? With SRVs, spaceships and people on the ground.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think that would be a lot of fun. I guess I should see who's up after me. We're starting to get on to that time, huh? Whoa. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got a few of these. I think it's Sal. I think it's Sal in Dwarf Fortress. So I imagine she'll be doing that on her channel and we'll raid her. But that's still half an hour away. Let's make some progress. We need to get home by New Year's.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay, get out, get out, get out, get out! Homeward bound. That is right. This and the next stream should be the last stream with that title. 243 light year jump. Da na 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 na. Are you ready for this?
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we need to scoop. We had a couple of neutrons there. Can't scoop off of neutrons, so there are a bunch of stars that you can't actually scoop off of. And the way I remember it is was it the acronym or the moniker or the whatever they call it, the KGB foam. So all the stars, so KGB and then FORM stars are scoopable, and all of the rest are not.
Frameshift drive.
KGB foam. It's also actually quite easy to figure out which ones they are as well, just by looking at the plotter, because they're all listed at the top.
Fuel scooping.
Speaking of which, I think I have everything turned on.
Fuel scooping complete.
But if we go back into the galaxy map, we go to the plotter, and then I want to go to the star listings. Oh, I don't actually. So yeah, so here you can see all of these from O to M. These are all the scoopable stars. These ones here, all these below here are not scoopable. But I'll turn all of these on. And then this checkbox if you want to remove them from your route. And hey, there we go. We recalculated. That actually should give us a bit more on our jump range, generally speaking, I imagine. 52 jumps. We're allowing us to use more stars. It does mean, though, that there's a chance that we're going to pop into stars that you can't scoop off of. But as long as we hit one that you can scoop on before you run out of gas, you're fine. And if you hit on ones you can't for too long, obviously, then you just have to go off the beaten path. Just jump over to a star that you can scoop, and then you keep going. Oh, look at that. No. I should check
Frameshift drive operating.
my frameshift drive's health in a minute. Oh, come on. I bet you it's 1 second. We needed to be in there for 1 more second. I hate it when I do that. When I don't line it up proper, and then it takes all that extra time to turn around, fly back in for one more second. And I'm literally right on the edge of it here. I do not want to fly like right into it, so let's the worst way to scoop off of one of these is to fly like down the cone.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
There we go. Let's get out of here.
Supercharged.
I have been ripped out of Super Cruise into the cone of a neutron star before, and it is very scary.
Frameshift drive.
I managed to get out without exploding, if I remember correctly. But it was very hairy. I think I was on the verge of dying. It was full-on panic mode. I'm getting a Dwarf Fortress world ready to go. Takes a little while to generate the new world. All right. Yeah, well, I'll keep going. I think I'm got what 20 minutes, and then we'll raid you. We'll raid you. Fireworks started early. Oh, well, where you are? Nada. See, that wasn't a scoopable star.
Charging.
So we're going to be eating through our fuel for a little bit here. What's the next star? Y brown dwarf. So that one is also not a scoopable star. Hopefully, we come across a scoopable star before we run out of gas. Yeah, it's like 1940 UTC. Yeah, that is early. I'm assuming you're in the UTC time zone. Yep. Yeah, in my town, I think they normally do it at 2000.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alrighty, ready. Ooh. Maybe I shouldn't have turned on the non-skippable stars. We're half tank. Well, let's see. When is our next fuel star? Is it? Oh, okay. Next star is fuel star. There we go. G class. We're good. Good to go. I actually wish that was something that you could program into the plotter as well, right? Is like, hey, yeah, use all the stars, but make sure that you include a fuel star before I run out of gas. If you can, obviously. But I imagine that would also make the plotting calculation be crazy difficult.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Oh, I actually do want to make sure I fill up, just in case we run into another dry spell. So let's stay here for a moment, fill up. Hopefully we don't overheat. Oh yeah, we are officially in the home sector. Three thousand light years.
Complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Nope, that's what I wanted. 47 jumps. We're below 50. We're getting there. And we're actually we're starting to get into possible hyperdiction territory as well. Thargoid hyperdiction. Because we're going to be kind of passing by the Pleiades, I think, on our way in. Like, if I take a look at the galaxy map, where's our route? Yeah. There's the Thargoids, there's the Pleiades. We're going to be coming right in between these two. Yeah. Be a chance of hyperdictions. What ship what are you flying ship-wise? I am flying a Crate Phantom. It's a crate ship. I know, groan. Groan. Sure is great. Yeah. This could be interesting. This could be interesting. Hyperdictions, I believe, are generally pretty safe. They just pull you out, they look at you over, they scan you, you poop your pants, and then they leave. It's if we run into scouts, we're in trouble. Or if we have anything, we don't have anything in our hold that they want, but if you were to be carrying any Thargoid technology in your ship, when they scan you, they also get very angry. And we are definitely not in a ship for combat. This thing has 0 guns. Nada. Nilch. Zippo. It is unable to defend itself. And it also has, like, very tiny D-rated, like, totally underpowered D-rated shields. This ship is for the lowest possible mass and the highest possible jump range. All right, we're M class star next. Cool. Next star is scoopable. Generating a world, you said, Sal. Is you making a new world for? So like it's time for a new world, or do you make a new world every time you play, or do you run in one for a long time? I don't know. I'll have to ask you on your channel. I don't know much about Dwarf Fortress. Let's fill her up. Fill them up. Thank you, kind sir. I will take a full tank of hydrogen and then be on my way. Here we go. Now let's not overheat. My heat sensor is slowly going up. Let's get away from the star. Dwarf Fortress looks more like a retro game. The likes it's in a general. Okay, second. Nothing.
Frameshift drive charging.
Style. Game. The style it's in general gameplay. Well, okay, so you're just saying, yeah, it looks more like a retro game. in general. Yeah, well, it was one of those games where they put all of their time and energy, I think, into the background of the game, right? Like into the all of the crazy stuff that can happen, and not so much into the graphics. I saw a devlog about Dwarf Fortress that looks like they're making a new graphical interface for it.
Fuel scooping complete.
The Steam version. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know what that was all about. Sal probably does.
Drive charging.
I think Sal just wants to find a good embarking location. Ah, okay. I say like I know what I'm talking about. No idea.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Fuel scooping complete. Oh, hey. This looks like a water world. All right. Where are you? I found you.
Frameshift drive charging.
Was it a... Oh, it's a new one, too. Actually, it's... Yeah. We'll get the first discovered on that one. Or an extremely specific one, like a volcano or something. I'll drop into voice in a few minutes before you end and explain Dwarf Fortress to you. Okay, thank you, Sal. Perfect. I've watched a few of your streams and tried to follow along, but I don't think I ever popped in when you were like explaining for a noob, or when you were like at the beginnings of things. It was always like in the middle of stuff, and I was just like, oh my god, what's going on? It's so confusing to watch. It was like, oh my god, what's going on? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. The closest thing that I have to Dwarf Fortress is kind of like the game that was inspired by it, right? Which was that Steam game, RimWorld, and I've played a bunch of RimWorld, and I really enjoy that game. And I know there's similarities to RimWorld, but my understanding is that like Dwarf Fortress is just like super deep, and the relationships between the dwarves and the stuff that can happen, and it's like crazy deep, crazy awesome deep. It's a lot easier when you watch from the start of a game, and I'm starting a new game tonight. Excellent. All right, I'm excited. Excited.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Silent Assassin, hello. How are you doing? Oh, forgot to scan. Oh, hey, another water world. Running a whole bunch of water worlds. Bip, bip, bip. Nope. Where are you? Where are you? Come out, wherever you are. Are you here? No, you are not. You are tricking me. Or are you another one of these ones where it's like hidden away? Yes, you are. 45 levels deep. I found you. You cannot escape my eye.
Charging.
How far out are you? I have successfully completed a power nap. TM. How do you?
Indeed.
You're.
Hello.
Oh, hey, hey, Mirror. How do you always do all of the things with text? You always know how to do all of the things. I don't know how to do the TM.
I don't know how to do all of the things, but I know the old code for TM at half and a quarter and 3/4 because I frequently use them and they look nice. So it's
Nice.
alt 0153. At least.
Oh,
I
so you
think
have to
that's
use
what
the
it's-
ASCII codes.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Speaking about ASCII, I've only got about 10 minutes to explain Dwarf Fortress.
Oh,
Let's just make
So,
sure.
Good luck.
Yeah, let's make sure that the audio. Does the audio sound good to everybody on the stream? Are everybody's equal levels?
I should have checked that I was listening to you.
Yeah,
Sounds
Cell
pretty
says
good.
it sounds pretty good.
Good. Okay.
So, Dwarf Fortress, it's a world simulator primarily that you play a game in. So there's 2 levels to it. You've got the world, and the world is the most detailed, incredible simulator you could imagine. It generates a planet. It's a bit like RimWorld does. You said you've played a bit of RimWorld.
Yep.
So in RimWorld, it generates a world, and there's some roads in it and some rivers in it, and there's some mountains and there's some settlements here and there.
I'm a beaver.
Well,
Beaver.
Sorry.
Imagine that, but it starts off by generating the world. It works out all of the different igneous layers of the rock because you're playing in 3 dimensions, not in 2. So as well as being able to go north, south, east and west, you can also go down into the earth and up into the sky. And it generates all of the different layers of rock and all the ores and minerals. Then what it does is it generates all of the mountains and volcanoes, so you've got all of your topography. Then it works out where the poles are, so it calculates the temperatures across the map. Then it works out where the rainflow is going to be, and so then it causes the rivers to flow. That creates erosion and generates new landscape. But depending on your temperatures and the amount of drainage in all of the different areas, creates different biomes. And so the different biomes then creates different plants that grow in different biomes. And when you've got different plants, you've got different animals. So it's a very, very detailed world generator to start with. And
Yeah,
then
that sounds like
you've
it.
got- Yeah. And so with that as your map, then what it does is it starts creating a history to that world. Once it's generated the world, it creates a history. So it starts with the time before time. And the gods created a number of races. So you have dwarves, elves, humans, goblins, and a few kobolds. They're like little thieving races. And plus you've got all kinds of monsters and legendary creatures like dragons and hydras and colossuses and rocks, and they're all living in lairs and settlements around the map. So you start off with a populated world, and then time starts to tick. And so if you take one of the civilized peoples, like the dwarves, because we play dwarves, so there'll be a number of starting civilizations of dwarves. Those dwarves have children. Their children grow up, get married, have children. Some of the children might be kidnapped by goblins. Other children might grow up to be fierce warriors and go off and slay some other monsters. Some might turn into criminals and steal some valuable goods and go and join a mercenary fort off in the hills somewhere. And by the time depending on how long you run this history for, by the time we join the game, there's probably about 500,000 people on the map of all the different races. all with their own histories and politics. There'll be coups going on. There's armies going on. There's like enemies have formed, alliances have formed. There's somebody somewhere has become obsessed with their own mortality and has learned to become a necromancer and has built an army of undead creatures. And
Does this
so
game also
all-
have the kitchen sink?
May I interject at that moment and just clarify that what was stunning to me was this isn't just a smoke screen. You can actually go into the legends of the world and follow the history of everybody individually, and it makes sense, and you can see that for literally everyone. It is mind-boggling how much it simulates.
Yeah.
Oh my
you can-
goodness.
There is a mode you can play in the game where you're not actually playing the game. You're just reading the history of
The
people or the
stories?
settlements. Yeah, and the stories that it generates are fantastic.
Oh,
I
this is
came
crazy.
across one story where I wanted to find out about a particular person, and I was just having a look at their story. And what had happened was it was a dwarf, female dwarf. She'd been kidnapped at the age of 5 by the goblins and taken away to a goblin settlement where she'd been integrated into their society. She'd grown up first of all as a slave, but then had integrated into their society, and she got a relatively senior position in the goblin society. She married another dwarf who'd also been kidnapped as a child, but so I can't remember what happened between them, but she murdered him. And but that's fine because the goblins are quite fine with murder. Other civilizations not so much, but the goblins are quite happy with murder going on.
Yes, I mean, what should you want a Saturday afternoon, right?
Yeah, absolutely. She then remarried again, but she got murdered. And then her new husband, because she got murdered on her wedding day, her new husband was absolutely devastated by this. And so what he did was he wrote a book all about his sorrows. Now, what happened later was that goblin settlement was then attacked. And it was looted. And amongst the spoils of war was this book that this bloke, the second husband, had written, all about the sorrows of the loss of his murdered wife. And it had ended up in the hands of some traders who happened to wander through my colony at some point, and I bought the book off them.
Jeez.
And that was the.
Oh my God, this is nuts. That's amazing
yeah.
nuts, but nuts.
And
Wow.
it was just because I bought this book that had a title, "The Sorrows of Marriage," all about his murdered wife. So I thought, I've got to find out about this guy.
What's
Who's
this going on?
author?
It's like Cell Technology said, the Book of Sad.
Yeah.
The Book of Sad. But yeah, here, I'll just finish this last jump. We're at your time, so I'll finish
no
this
problem.
jump, and I'll just do the quick. Where are we? How much do we have left to go? And then pass it on over to you, and then you can continue telling all of these stories in yours, and I'll just listen. All right, so let me get around this star.
Yeah, no problem. There's no rush. Mir's just sorting himself out with a drink and stuff.
Yeah, everybody got to see me do a couple of neutron jumps too, right at the end there.
Oh, cool.
All right. Scan the system. Anything cool?
The neutron jumps get you home too quickly. That's cheating. I was
That's
told
cheating.
that you'd
Well-
spent like 150 streams doing this.
Well, to be fair, I didn't go looking for the neutrons, right? If they happened to be on my route, I would just utilize them. So here we are.
I guess. Just
We are now...
stars.
Actually, wow, look at this. We are so close that when you zoom out, we're almost... Our dot is almost in the clump of the soul dots. So...
Oh, that is terrifying.
Where are we here? We are 1,000. We're basically about 1,000, like, depending on where we're going in Seoul, we're about basically like 1,500 light years away, right? And the scary part, as you say, Mirror, is the fact that we actually have to fly right through we have to fly between the Coalsack Nebula sector and the Pleiades to get home. And guess what's happening in those two places right now? Thargoid attacks. Yep.
Oh, good.
So you see all these burning stations? There's a bunch of burning stations over here, and there's a bunch of burning stations over here. And we get to fly right in between the two of them to go home. I feel like there might be some hyperdictions happening on our home journey. But we'll see. And yeah, so that's where we are right now, about 1,500 light years away. And then we flew. So we actually just jumped the gap here. So we flew right across the gap right here. And then we've been traveling down this spiral arm all around the galaxy. And this is where we started from the beginning of the streams earlier, which is 64,000, almost 65,000 light years away. And that's if you were to go straight across. And we went around the circle. So I imagine it's more than that what we just did. But yeah, there's the journey.
Honest, I didn't expect you to get this far so quickly.
Terrifying. I think in the next stream, I've got a 1 hour stream coming up before my New Year's, which is what is it now? It's 1 o'clock for me, so that'd be my 11 p.m. So that's what, 10 hours away, past math. So then I will finish this off. We will fly in and we'll turn in all of the data, and I'll make it home, and everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. All right. So now what we'll do is we'll raid you.
I should
1
be
second.
going live
Yeah,
so
want
you
to
can
go-
raid us.
Yeah, go live me.
Set up screen or just straight in?
You can go straight in.
Okay, I already did. Before
Okay,
you even
I
told
shall
me.
just post all the things.
Ooh. I can do the raid thing for you. Oh wait, Anubis has learned. He probably knows how to do it now.
I can do it. I can do it.
Oh,
I am special.
yes.
All right. So are you live? I can do the thing.
Yes.
You can do the thing. I've just got to do a few things
All right.
too and tell
People
some
are
people
getting
that
ready.
I'm going
Everybody's queuing up. I haven't hit the button yet, but I will. So I will transition to the goodbye, see you later screen, and then I'll hit the button, and everybody will raid you. Okay.
Yes.
Don't go anywhere.